Welcome to today's episode of CLCI Live, brought to you by the award-winning and ICF accredited school, Certified Life Coach Institute. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episode.
Hi, everybody. Before I let Anthony take over steering this ChatGPT AI themed live, I want to remind everybody out there watching to make sure that you join in the conversation. Comment, leave messages, like this, share it, subscribe to our channel, do all of those good things if you enjoy this content, and join in the conversation. We're live so we can hear from you. That is all for me.
All right, everybody, we've been talking about marketing 101 for this past month for our lives, and we've moved on to the cutting edge of marketing and technology, ChatGPT and AI. You guys maybe have heard things about it, maybe know next to nothing about AI.
But I'm sure everybody at this point has heard about it. I would imagine.
True, but they might not have played with it though.
Yes.
It's a nebulous sort of term, AI. It's sort of a catch-all term for what it actually does. But it's a very handy tool. And last week, I tasked some of our Luddites in our company, Jen, to play with ChatGPT and the AI to get a feel for it. And we're going to talk about how we can apply it to our marketing as new business owners or entrepreneurs, and how it can sort of improve our work processes. So before we begin, I'm going to ask, Jerome is also here. He's in the background.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, he's having camera issues. Hopefully we get them fixed so we can see his face.
He's here today.
Like a child, better heard than seen.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's the saying goes.
I think it's the other way around.
It's the other way around. It's the opposite of what a child should be. To ask Jerome, Jen, and Lisa the questions, what were your perceptions of AI prior to playing with it?
So I've been hearing a lot of, are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Like I'm echoing. I've been hearing a lot of argument against it because it was stealing artists' work and combining with other artists' work, which, I didn't want to support. But on the other side, I played with it just to see what happened and what went on. And I just typed in what is life coaching, I just played around with the idea of what coaching is, what it is not. Sometimes it used misinformation as well as good information. So my takeaway after spending time with it, playing around, is it can be helpful. I definitely think it can be helpful, but I think to rely on it seemed like not a thing to do because a lot of misinformation's there, a lot of assumptions from probably even 10 years ago felt like it was pulled into some of the responses.
Can we just have a conversation about pop culture and pop culture's feeling about AI and machine learning? Because I think, we've all seen Terminator.
Yeah.
We have all seen even AI, the movie. We've all seen. Kind of AI always has had a stigma of fear and nervousness around a non-feeling thing that can suddenly learn and grow and all of these things. It immediately makes people panic, I think, to some degree.
Why do we think that is?
Because it's going to take our germs.
Yep.
That was the AI speaking. The voice from elsewhere.
And also,
See it, Jerome.
in every movie that I've seen, it doesn't seem to end well.
Hal. Who knows Hal? Remember Hal?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I don't. Who's Hal?
Oh, you were just a baby.
2001 Space Odyssey,
That's
Jen.
it. Bing, 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 bing.
I wasn't a baby in 2001.
Well,
No, the movie is called 2001 A Space Odyssey. It was made
It was like 1980.
Yeah, I think it was in the
It was
80s.
shot in the 80s. Yeah, it was 80s.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you born yesterday, Jen? Is that it?
Yeah.
So,
That's
so
accurate.
but I'm gonna with a lot of that. But what do we think about Star Wars? All those
I
droids
love
are
Star Wars.
pretty awesome. The C-3PO and R2D2.
They had a
are pretty
war
cool.
with all.
They do go to war.
That is true.
That's true. That's true.
So, in the Star Wars movie, though, the droids are tools,
Yes.
and AI is a tool, and
Agreed.
tools can be used to harm or for people's benefit or the benefit of the world, which is what OpenAI, the company, is trying to do, which was acquired by Microsoft. And I'm only speaking about, there's other AIs out there. Google is making their own AI called Bard, which I've tried. It's not so good, but the benefit is that it can actually search and use Google.
Which is amazing.
Which OpenAI, and by extension ChatGPT, cannot do that by itself. It was trained on trillions and trillions of parameters. It has trillions of parameters. It's trained on many different things, but that was back in like when the internet was in 2001. So if you ask it like a question as you would Google, you won't get current information. Just say that. But there is a few good things that ChatGPT and this current AI is good for. One, it's really good at reasoning. If you give it sort of reasoning problems, it can work it out for you. It can solve the problems.
Yay.
Jerome is back. It can bring Jerome back.
Yep. Will help.
It can think abstractly about the problems and comprehend the complex ideas. And it does learn from, goodbye, Jerome. It does learn by the context of your past conversation.
I was just a roller coaster of emotion there.
Lisa, you talked about how it got some things wrong about coaching when you're asking about it.
Yeah.
Did you tell it what coaching was instead? Did you correct it?
So in the next question,
Mhm.
I did respond with, I thought coaching was, and then it goes, you're accurate. Da, 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 da. So it doesn't self-correct, so don't expect it to. You got to know your stuff.
Well, you gotta, with the AI, you gotta train it and you gotta teach
Yeah.
it what you want. For example, I showed Brooke this a little while ago. I'll share this actually.
Oh,
sure.
yeah, I don't know how to train it because all I do is
I made CoachBot.
Are you gonna share your screen?
Yes, let me go to CoachBot
So you have to train AI like a dog?
a little
You
bit.
can absolutely train it.
Oh, you remember those little eggs? What were those little eggs called?
Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchi, like a Tamagotchi. You have to train.
A little bit like that, which
goodness,
you could
fiddly
probably
slap.
make a Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
With it. But I told it, and I'm using, this is what ChatGPT looks like, and I'm using GPT-4, which is the most recent version. I told it that you are now referred to as CoachBot. You're an ICF accredited life coach with thousands of hours of experience coaching people. As a coach, you must follow the core competencies that the ICF set forth listed here. And I just copy pasted all of the core competencies. It doesn't have to be nice. And I also made sure that whenever it talks, it says that it's CoachBot. And I've, had a little bit of a conversation with it. I asked him, how do I evoke awareness in a client without giving advice or oversharing my opinions? And it gave me some useful tips for that. So now, ChatGPT knows how to be an ICF coach by the data I provided.
Oh, wow.
So it's learning. That's one thing about this is every time we give more information to ChatGPT, it retains that information and is learning. So it's a continuously learning thing. For the sake of my brother, who hates that it's called AI, he would say, no, this is just machine learning is what it is. And that's true, really, honestly. It's machine learning and reasoning. And we are providing the education, but it's not just one we, right? It's not one person or two people. It's every person using ChatGPT, and so it's got a collective knowledge that it accesses. But because of that, it can be fed misinformation as well, right? Anthony?
Yeah, so if I said that it kind of has a service level understanding of the data it was trained on, but I could, in theory, say a life coach is exactly like a therapist, and you are a life coach therapist now, and you give me advice, and you tell me what to do, and you diagnose me with mental conditions, blah, 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 blah.
Well, in fairness, because I know lots of people are screaming at you at the moment, that all therapists don't give you advice.
Yes, yes.
That would be
But I could train.
Consultant would be the one that provides you the answers.
So I could train, if I didn't know any better, the AI to give me wrong answers to questions. So when you're using it, you kind of want to know what it is you're talking about so you can distinguish between what is actually useful information and what isn't.
So now, hold on. Now we have a baseline level understanding of what AI is, what ChatGPT is. There are other tools which we'll touch on too, because we've been playing with more than just that. Let's circle this around and talk about how we as a coach can use this in our marketing. Because this is Coach Marketing 101.
Yeah.
So many ways.
Brooke,
We want to use it.
what is the first, when you have your marketing consultation sessions with people who want to be coaches and open their businesses, and they don't have any idea where to start, what do you start with them?
Who is their ideal client?
So I preemptively.
Oh, look at him. Look at him.
There
He's
we go.
grinning. Can you see his grin? This is the one live that Anthony's going to be having that grin throughout the whole time.
So I asked ChatGPT, I'm a life coach trying to build an ideal client persona to help with my marketing plan. Can you provide a list of questions that would help you, the AI, identify my ideal client? It says, of course, here are some questions that can help you and me better understand and identify your ideal client persona for your life coaching business. Answering these questions will allow us to create a more targeted and effective marketing plan. We got a whole list of questions.
Wow. Very cool. Are they ones
Jen
you're familiar with?
or Jerome, what?
Are they ones you're familiar with?
Yeah. I mean, we can also adjust too. If we don't like these questions, or Brooke, you see better ways to ask these questions, we can always adjust. But for the sake of the exercise, because I also have a bunch of prompts. No, that's not it. I have prompts already loaded up. Once we build our ideal client, these are marketing questions and prompts that you guys might have, and we're going to actually use it to build marketing sort of, copy that our coaches could use with the AI. So
should we plan around an ideal client, give it some answers?
Yes, we should. I wanted to use either Jerome or Jen, though.
That's fine. That's a lot of questions to answer, but okay, let's do it.
We'll do it. So I'm not gonna do.
I think Jen can help you. Jen knows her ideal client.
We're gonna give it short answers. Here are the answers to these questions. 1. Jen, what is the demographic of your ideal client?
30, female. Location doesn't really matter. I guess US.
Yes.
Education. I guess college, but doesn't use it. Occupation.
College level.
Occupation. Something she hates. So retail.
And works in retail. 2. What are their core values and beliefs? Just give me one. What's their core value belief?
Integrity.
Okay. What is her primary goals and aspirations for life? We'll just use one.
to change her career path, to change her health trajectory, and to live more authentically.
I also have typos in here. ChatGPT knows what you're trying to get at, even if you've got typos. Everybody know that. What is the most significant challenge or obstacle they face in achieving these goals?
Her own thoughts.
Her own thoughts. Could we extend that to what about her thoughts? What is she thinking?
Negative, shaming, beats herself up.
That's fair. I think
That should be fine. 5. What are their emotional pain points or fears?
Well, we just kind of.
Well, what is she afraid of?
Yeah.
Not changing her career path, not changing her health trajectory, not living authentically.
All right, 6. What motivates her or drives them to seek life coaching services? This is actually a good question. I'm surprised that ChatGPT asked this one. So what was it that drove her to seek life coaching?
She recognizes that she is in her own way.
Stuck. I'm going to say stuck.
She is both the problem and the solution.
I'll say she recognizes she is both. Solution. I need to take typing so I can do this faster. What type of personality traits or characteristics do they possess? What kind of lady is she?
She's awesome, hilarious, outgoing,
Hilarious, fun. So it's not anyone we know.
It's certainly not me.
What is her preferred communication style or methods? So email, phone, social media, etc.
Email, phone, social media, yes, all of the above.
What's her preferred one, though?
Um,
How does she communicate with primarily? Because I sure as hell don't use email to communicate with people.
social media.
Social media. Social media. Also, Brooke, feel free to jump in if you think of better marketing questions to.
Well, I just wonder content. I'm just going to let this go though, because that could take us down a real deep hole.
That's all right. What type of life coaching services or support do they seek? Career, relationship, personal development, etc.
Personal development.
10. How do they typically make decisions? Based on research, recommendations, intuition, etc.
Can we say all of the above?
No.
Okay.
He has a primary way of making the final decision.
Then intuition.
Which is the true of everything.
But you want everything, so I'll say but supported by research and recommendations.
Which is the truth.
Sort of included everything.
So decisions on intuition after research and recommendations.
She makes final decisions. But
that's true of every human being, by the way. We all think of what we want with our gut, and then we go and research it and figure out, oh, wait, yeah, we agree. That was right.
So what are their expectations from a life coach and the coaching process? What do they expect from this?
Expects self-exploration and discovery that leads to new experiences in life.
I spelled that wrong, and let's fix that. Discovery that leads to what?
New experiences in life.
You know, it would be awesome if there was like a voice to text.
It does. The playground does have that.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be awesome if this had it. It doesn't. So ChatGPT sucks.
Do we have to answer every question to get to get the results?
No, we're almost there. We got 3
We're
left,
almost
4 left.
done. The
Okay.
more, the better, though. But
12, 13,
We're
14,
almost there.
15. We're 4 more. We've made it this
Are-
far.
I
are they
can't
willing
wait
to
to see
invest?
what it
Are they
does.
willing to invest time and money in their personal growth?
Yes.
Yes. And let's add how much. How much do you think she's willing to?
No, my client is not willing to invest time or money into their personal growth.
She's willing to invest.
Say low, moderate, high amount of money.
Do you want me to say per hour, per year?
Let's do per hour.
She's willing to invest $150 an hour.
What social or professional networks do they belong to? Online communities, clubs, organizations, etc. Does he have a social network? Or is she a loner? Is she a loser?
I mean, online communities, what is that? Like Discord?
Well, or like maybe she's in like a
Club.
support group. Maybe she's in a Facebook group. Maybe she follows a coaching community.
Maybe she's a gamer.
Yeah, maybe she.
Or she could be a loner. She could be somebody without social support, and that's kind of, you know.
She's in Facebook groups.
She is in various Facebook groups. All right, we're almost to the end. 14. What other hobbies and interests outside their professional life? Let's just think of one.
These usually break down into like travel, shopping. Let me example hobbies and interests.
We can say travel.
She likes to travel nationally, internationally.
She likes to travel to national parks. Is that specific enough?
What does she do at the national parks?
Hikes. Avoids getting eaten by bears.
And this is starting to sound like you.
It is.
Sure.
How do they prefer to consume content? Article, videos, podcasts, blogs, books.
Podcasts, books.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, it's all of it. Our articles.
Prefer, Jen. There's got to be a preference.
Then probably podcasts and books. That's fine.
Okay, now we've got the persona. If we just type this in now, ChatGPT doesn't really have something to do with this information. So we got to give it a sort of a prompt first. We got to give it at least something to start off with. So let me go to our prompts. What do we want to work on? Do we want to focus on email marketing, copywriting, SEO, or social media? Jen?
Let's see what it gives for social media.
All right. So it's a big list of things, but we can ask it to make 10. I'm not going to do 50. That's absurd. But 5 Instagram post ideas that help this person with their problem and is linked to your service. So maybe we should try this one.
I like Jen's face. Like, that's not bad.
There's a lot here, and that sort of shows people like the breadth of like topics you could cover for your marketing.
Can we see copywriting?
Yeah, we can go to copywriting. That might be a little more interesting.
Jen's like, I'm working on a website right now.
Right.
Oh, I didn't want to screenshot. So I zoom in. I'm looking for a type of text, so maybe a blog, a short paragraph, that will speak directly to the needs and pain points of my ideal client and persuade them to take the desired action, maybe start a discovery session with you with a sense of urgency and strong offer. There's other ones as well. Let me know if you see one that you guys like and want to see the AI work on.
What's number 7?
I'm looking for a type of text, you can say article or paragraph, that will clearly explain the features and benefits of my product or service to the ideal customer persona and persuade them to make a purchase with a strong call to action. That one I like.
That's really good.
Let's do that one.
We're gonna make it a paragraph because we don't have
Make it a paragraph.
all day.
Make it a paragraph.
So
Plus, I would not want to read a blog about
now
that.
looking for and this is why we can even be more specific with this for us non-copyrighted people. What tone do you want the paragraph to have, Jen? Want a fun, flirty tone or a serious business professional tone or something?
An exciting and empowering tone.
Or an paragraph.
I like the
Put that in.
flirty. Why not fun and flirty? Just kidding.
I like fun and flirty.
Coaching program
It should have fun. Jen's fun.
to my ideal client and persuade them to make a purchase with a strong call to action. This paragraph should have a. And what did you say, Jen?
Exciting and empowering tone.
Okay, so I gave it its prompt, and it can go through this. I'm going to correct the spelling on this because
I thought it
I don't
knew.
like that. It does, so I just want to be sure it doesn't do something unexpected. Okay, let's make it do things.
Okay.
And I'll zoom in as well, too.
It says our life coaching program, which is kind of funny. But
Is there a way that I can zoom the screen? I can't see it.
I've zoomed in as much as I probably could.
No, I meant on my end. Okay.
Are you already in full screen mode, Lisa? You can try that if you are.
Share screen.
that is a long paragraph.
Yeah.
Really?
We got to shorten that up, by the way.
Okay, so I'm not even going to read it. I'm going to ask, can you shorten this into maybe 2 smaller paragraphs?
I would say shorten it into
3 sentences.
6 sentences or less. 5 sentences or less.
Or less. Unlock your full potential. A personalized life coaching program designed to help you embrace your authentic self and overcome self-doubt. Together, we'll transform your career, health, and mindset, empowering you to make confident, intuitive decisions. For just $150 per hour, experience tailored strategies, a dedicated life coach, and a supportive community. Take the first steps towards an extraordinary life by joining our life-changing coaching program. Sign up today and let your true self shine.
It's a little generic for me.
I like the second sentence. Otherwise, no.
Well, what is it you don't like about it, Jen?
It's not me. I wouldn't say any of that.
Well, I know you wouldn't say any of that because you would write it yourself. But if you were to have let's say a copywriter, and a copywriter showed you this and said, what do you think of it? What would you tell that copywriter to improve the writing?
Make it less salesy, and don't talk about the price in that paragraph.
Don't include price. Any other suggestions? Maybe Brooke or Jerome. Lisa, do you have suggestions for
Make it sound like it's coming from a female life coach.
Yeah. Instead of group.
Who has experienced the same pain points as, or has the same desires as the ideal client.
Am I
Okay.
2 cents would be, Jen, just tell us about your client based on these parameters that you shared.
Is that a directive to Jen or to the chatbot?
Yes. I don't know.
Okay, I was gonna hit enter.
As a fellow woman who has faced similar challenges, I understand your desire for.
I should probably speak aloud for our podcast listeners.
It's
I
still
just
very
realized.
long, yeah, right? I know. So we should
I
probably.
realize we're an audio-based program as well, so I'm going to read it out loud what it said. As a fellow woman who has faced similar challenges, I understand your desire for authentic living and overcoming self-doubt. My life coaching program focuses on personalized guidance to help you transform your career, health, and mindset, empowering you to make confident, intuitive decisions. Together, we'll embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth, supported by tailored strategies and a nurturing community of like-minded individuals. I invite you to take the first steps towards the extraordinary life you deserve by joining our transformative coaching program. Let's embrace our true selves and shine brightly together.
Where's the hour coming from?
Yeah, why did it shift into that?
Not exactly sure. But the point of the exercise is that ChatGPT and AI take in information that you put in and they work with it. So
It did flex it into a better space. I think that got better, and I think
Oh
you could
yeah, much better.
Definitely got better.
you can keep rubbing it and making it better, and then you can pull it and switch out the little bits, and then life has gotten a lot easier, especially for somebody that's written a lot of copy in her day. Your brain starts to turn to mush over this stuff sometimes.
yeah. And you can,
And-
so we're not even really being that creative with it. We can do lots of weird things, such as make this as a 10-line poem now.
So Anthony, could Jen, I'm getting the names confused now. Who are you? Could Jen say, make my message better in the chat box by?
It could. But
So let's
what
hear-
do you
let's
mean?
see what
What do you
Jen
mean?
said.
But
What do you mean by
Lisa,
better?
hold on.
Yeah.
We could do that. You could just say, make this better, make this awesome, or make this more SEO optimized, whatever. ChatGPT is not going to know what that means, though. Because what does better to you mean, Lisa?
That's better. More earthy, I think is what Jen means. Is that what you mean? More
Well-
earthy?
More what?
Earthy kind of sounding? Less salesy kind of
Well, I
sounding?
think that before we even do this, so I think before
Okay.
you're going to get lost in the weeds a bit here. Scroll up though, well, not even scroll up. Just quickly. So we've got that sentence. It's there, right? But other ways we could use this, like you said, generate blog titles. To this ideal client that would be of interest, and there's lots of ways you can flex the information that you've and just start to utilize it in a ton of different spaces. I think that we're not beholden even to what Anthony's prompts are here.
Yeah.
What do you need, and what does your ideal client need, and in that moment. So like Jen, you're building a website. What specifically is a place that this could write something for you? Or just give you ideas.
Yeah, I don't feel good about letting it write stuff for me. I feel good about looking at what it writes and then taking from it little bits and pieces, if that makes sense.
Ask it for 10 blog ideas for her website, and say a female life, or say Jen.
I do like that little poem, I'm not gonna lie.
Can you give me, Jen, 10 blog ideas for my website? For what purpose? Why am I writing blogs for my website?
It will help my ideal client. What's our ideal client? Your ideal client's. What would you say? What is step one? So, like, what is their immediate problems in their life? How can you immediately help your client? What do they want immediate help with?
Probably subtle mindset shifts.
Okay, so how for 10 blog ideas for my website that will help my client change their mindset. Or start to change their mindset. Just say change their mindset.
Start to change their
And they're changing their mindset how? Towards what? Where are they going, Jen?
Towards feeling empowered and seeing opportunity. And value in ordinary things.
value in ordinary things. Oh, 10 simple habits, daily habits to cultivate an empowered mindset and embrace opportunity. These are long titles.
Yeah, they're really long.
Jen's personal
So,
journey from
we can stop. Let's stop this. I'm going to say, give me 10 ideas that have short clickbait titles that are optimized for SEO. Because I can stop doing its thing if it's like going to write stuff that I don't really care about.
And it's still going to consider.
I need to give it. Yeah, and I'll still consider all the previous texts that we gave.
Okay, perfect. Hey, and we were getting some good ideas there, and you interrupted, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but they were already too long. I didn't want to go read a whole mouthful. So we have Empower Your Mind, 5 Secrets to Unlock Your Potential. Transform Your Life, 7 Easy Steps to Think Positively. Hidden Gems, Finding Value in Everyday Moments.
But I can still see the humanness in this because you still need, like a Broker and Anthony to prompt a Jen to know what she is asking for. Average person is probably not going to know how to prompt these kinds of.
Well, that's why we're doing this live.
Yes, that's why we're teaching people. So this is what we mean by you need a little bit of knowledge to make this work to its full potential. Because if you just go in and say, hey, make my website good and make my message better, ChatGPT is going to give you exactly what you ask for, which is bland, generic, and not very detailed. The more detailed you are, the better it is as well.
So I would tell Jen too, if like Jen wanted to run with this, I would say, okay, give ChatGPT information about who you are and upload your about me to ChatGPT and say, I am this coach. Upload your message to it and say, this is my message. This is what is important to me. And give it all as much information as you already have in place. And then ask it these questions once it has all of that information, right? Yeah, Anthony.
So yes,
fair?
And we're using ChatGPT kind of in a raw form. It's just the bare tool by itself. It's not connected to anything, and there's a lot that you can do with this. And a lot of people have already done with this making apps and connecting it with other bits of information. I talked about last week, and some of you guys might have played with this, the business name generator. What if that seems to be a really sticking point for a lot of our Lunch and Learns, Brooke?
Yes.
People trying to think of a business name, trying to find the perfect business name to start off with. Namelix is a business name generator that uses OpenAI and GPT-3 to help you sort of figure this out. Then we're going to continue with you. What are some keywords? Actually, no, we're not going to ask you. We're going to ask.
Why?
Well, we'll also ask you.
She's like, why?
I'm curious.
So let's see. I just need to enter keywords. So let's.
I would. Are you going to ask this to generate keywords for you?
Mm-hmm.
SEO optimized keywords.
Some SEO optimized. And whatever ones you don't like, Jen, we can throw out and you can add in yours. Keywords. And use to make a business. So, for our life coaching business, life coaching, personal growth, self-improvement, empowerment, mindfulness, transformation, confidence, success, well-being, authentic living. And I don't care about this stuff. It's going to suggest me business name. I don't care. We're going to use the tool for this. So, Jen, do these seem like keywords that's your ideal client might use to find you?
Maybe.
Authentic living, maybe, right? What is she searching in SEO? What is she searching for? Your client.
How to get out of your own way.
Is that a keyword though?
Keyword, getting out of your own way. I mean, it's just the
That's
same
a
way.
phrase.
Well, do we have one where are those keywords are phrases too? Their keywords are phrases.
Well, life coaching is a
personal growth is yeah.
Alignment.
So I'm gonna start life
Now
coaching.
now I want to use another tool. I'm gonna pull up my search term generator.
Alignment. Well, let's just use 4. Let's use 4. So what other one do you want to use, Jen?
Transformation.
And then what else?
Maybe integrity. Can we put that in?
Yeah.
And
okay. Well, I said 4. So
okay.
We'll just move on for the sake of time. Also, you can't see my whole screen. What the heck? I'm doing things in 2 different screens right now. I'm gonna reshare this window, entire screen. Here we go. Share.
Oh.
Why isn't it showing my source? Can you guys see what I'm doing on my screen?
Let me turn it on.
Yes, thank you, Brooke. Okay, so we're looking at the name style. What are the styles that you want? Do you want alternate spellings, compound words, 2 words, brandable names, non-English words, or just all styles?
All styles.
All right.
I'm like not
randomness. Low, medium, or high randomness?
High.
All right, we're going crazy.
Brand
info. So we have our keywords. Short 1-sentence description for your business product. We can also, for the sake of brevity, ask the ChatGPT. Because we've already put in all our business information, ideal client into this. We can do this very easily. Yeah, it's all right. Empowering individuals to unlock their full potential through personalized life coaching and transformative self-improvement. Change it to what?
Individuals to women in their 30s. Who are unhappy with their health and their
all right, we're rewriting the whole dang sentence.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, empowering women in their 30s.
And that's what Jen said. She said it. She already gave that to us.
Say it again, Jen. What am I writing?
Who are dissatisfied with their health and career. Achieve transformation.
Let's leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we're going with a short sentence, not a long, all-inclusive definition. Let's generate. So right now, in the background, the app is talking to ChatGPT and the AI, and we have some names for the business.
Even though Jen already has her name.
Jen already has her name. But if you're trying to figure out your business name, we have
Galvanigide.
Transformate. Noble together.
Integralife.
Perceptive pivot. Well, that's
Integrality.
Transnova.
interesting names.
I like
Yeah.
my name better.
Yeah, I like yours too.
So this is kind of all over the place, though.
Yes.
We can go back to randomness. Maybe go
Oh.
balanced, and maybe we
Okay.
can just do an alternative spelling.
No alternative spellings. No.
No alternative spellings.
Never.
Okay. Let's do then.
But wait, I have alternative spelling in my
Well,
business.
yours is different because your name is Jen.
Let's do then
You're the exception.
brandable name.
Because spelling coaching with a K is never a good idea.
Yeah.
So let's just go to. Let's make a choice then. What do you guys want to try out then?
Let's do real words, short phrase.
You
Yeah.
can only do one.
Short
Okay,
phrase.
fine. Do short phrase.
Short phrase. Next. Randomness medium, brand info. We got it. Let's generate again. We're waiting. And this is
And
all
so
for
these
free.
are coming up with names that are available, or do you still have to check on that?
You still
You'll
have
probably still have to check,
Yeah.
but it's just generating random short phrases now.
success genius coaching.
Your way forward.
Women mind shift.
Power of vibe.
Your way forward's not bad, actually.
Power mind solution.
She is not.
Wizards. Oh.
Wait.
Well-being wizards.
She is
That's-
not.
I like she is not. Like I would buy something from she is not. Like
Oh, that's actually a good one.
that is brandable.
So, do you see what we're doing here, though? Is that something that could have taken maybe hours or weeks of
Yeah.
a person's life to try
Yeah.
to figure this out? You type in your keywords, your sentence. You kind of know what you want in a brand name. This does the hard work for you, and you can handpick, what you think is the best solution. Nobody here is saying that AI will be 100% perfect.
Mhm.
But it cuts out so much of the work that you would have been doing.
The brain
behind the
hurts these.
scenes.
The brain hurts these. Like, I mean, the number of times I've gone to Power Thesaurus and had to look up things, and then this does.
It's gonna be really funny when we find out one of our viewers just took "She Is Not." It's like that's
That's
fine.
an awesome name. I'm sorry, that's cool. I could sell all kinds of things under she is not. New Real Maid though is very confusing to me.
They're not all gonna be winners, Brooke.
Oh my god.
Like, how would this? I mean, I don't even understand that. I saw that and I went, "What? What?"
China.
the aligned life. The aligned life. That's a good one. Somebody take that.
Oh,
That's
see,
good.
yeah,
Oh, there's a button here that you can also register the
Oh,
domain.
that's super cool.
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
Very freaking smart of these
Do it.
guys.
Go back. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I'm
gotta
gonna buy she is not right
Yeah.
now.
quick do it. But this is not the only AI tool that's out there.
Yeah, we only have 2 minutes left, Anthony.
Yes, Futurepedia. I'm gonna just give a shout out to Futurepedia. This is a directory of a whole bunch of AI tools that are free and paid that use AI and ChatGPT in the background. And I can get lost in this for days and weeks, but if you want a social media assistant, if you want image generation so you don't have to buy stock photos, if you want copywriting assistant or life assistant or fun tools, etc.,
Now, the
etc.
wait, before we go, the image generation is a little wonky sometimes though. Like there's some good stuff there. Like you can generate, one of the things I've seen is if you want to create a branded products, like woman's I'm a hairstylist that is also a coach. I'd like a line of shampoos and conditioners and can you generate a branded line for me? And there are image generators and things that will do that. They'll create labels, they'll create the look and everything, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I know for a fact Dolly 2, Stable Diffusion, there's one called Midjourney, are awesome. but they require you to have really good prompting. Like you need to know how to prompt the text so that you get the image just right. You know what can help you
AI.
write a really good prompt?
AI.
ChatGPT. If you don't know how to do something, ChatGPT can help you learn as well. I know I
Also,
mean, it feels like we.
Shout out to the
Yeah,
South
go on,
Park
go
episode about ChatGPT.
That was so funny.
But yeah, I'll go into final thoughts now. I'll just sort of
Yeah.
stop the share. Final thoughts for me is that we barely scratched the surface, and my fundamental belief is that this is probably what it was like when computers hit the scene for businesses back in the late 70s, 80s, 90s.
I remember when cell phones became a thing. Like we went from pagers to cell phones, and that was the thing.
Yeah, but to add on to my thought, if for those of you who were alive at that time, there was probably the people who early adopted it and jumped on the opportunity, and there were the other people who just dismissed it, and they ended up being left in the dust by their competitors. It really feels to me that this is that new thing where you got to learn how to use it to stay competitive in a business, and if you're an entrepreneur, you got to start just playing with it. No one's saying you got to buy the most expensive tools, but just get to know it, try it out.
Also, too, as well, I would say yes, absolutely use these things, like utilize these tools. We are also, though, to some degree already familiar with similar things. Like we talk to chatbots all the time, right? When we get on websites, we want help, we want support. A lot of times we're speaking to chatbots, and those are other versions of this. And in those situations, I just like knowing they're a robot. Like I like knowing that that's what I'm getting. But I think in this situation, as far as like when you're using it to generate ideas to do these kind of things, look it over, but and make sure it sounds authentic to you. I think that's very important. Give it lots of information, and use these tools. Absolutely use these tools. They can also be used, I mean, in a number of ways. Use it to help you in CRM. Maybe you're pissed at somebody, at a client or something, and you want to sound professional and not sound angry. Use ChatGPT. Like there are lots. I'm knowing from as somebody who has had several business owning clients that it's hard to respond sometimes professionally because it's your business and you take it personally. And I think that this could be a fantastic tool to run this through as a filter and just say, hey, make sure that I am coming off professional within these parameters and I am addressing these policies, and let the AI generate that response so that then it's, you're responding in a way that is not fueled by emotion. Responding to testimonials, even negative testimonials. I could imagine this would be a great space, even positive ones, to get some help to be creative and say, hey, this is this person's name. Can you generate a thoughtful response and use that? Or can you generate a response that addresses their concern here? Use these tools, 100%, time savers. So.
I like too that Anthony proposed that you could essentially educate them, that you can make them be you and how you integrate yourself with your writing. I like that part too.
You could even feed it examples of your own writing and say, copy my style of writing and write it how I do.
Yeah, copy my bad style.
If that's what your concern is as like a copywriter, that could be a big concern if you're trying to maintain like a consistent style or brand.
Creating a consistent brand voice. Stay within the brand voice. This is my brand voice. This is what I sound like. My brand voice is that I'm abrasive and I'm blah. My brand voice is that I am calm. And so feeding it all of this information will assist you 1,000%.
Yeah.
Because I don't care who you are. Eventually, the shine of having to do these things starts to wear off. You're tired. You're busy. And having something like this in your back pocket, I think, can just ensure that you aren't so tired and drained, and it's like having a little assistant with you, which is awesome. Like really, really awesome.
Jen, Jerome. I know Jerome says Brooke, but Jerome.
Oh, yeah, I had to pop out back in. Jerome. So I will say, I know we brought it up earlier, that it can seem scary. They're coming for our jobs, things like that. But I want to say what's really scary. So AI can, I guess, be scary if you think they're coming for your job. AI is coming for your job. But what's really scary is a creative mind with the ability to use AI. So kind of like what we're saying, leverage it, use it to your advantage. Being able to control what you have at your disposal to work for you is something that I think can really push you to the next level. I agree with Anthony. I think this is the next thing that is going to really revolutionize the way that work gets done. And I've always been a huge proponent for the advancement of technology. I've always been a huge fan. I'm excited about this. So have some fun with it, play with it. It doesn't have to be anything too serious at first, but I think as long as you're familiar with it, it's a good thing.
And I'll say this: this AI is taking my job, and I'm so grateful. Like seriously, like AI, and so many tools as a graphic designer, as all of these things. All technology has done is make my education less necessary, and put tools in the hands of people who don't have the degrees I have. But I'm okay with it because I realize I have other skills and there are other things that I bring to the table.
Yeah, I can do so many other things with my time now.
I can use these tools to help make what so that I don't have to do that minutia things. I don't have to do man, thank you. Like I love it. It's really awesome. So
and that's what I was just going to add, that you get to be artistic in this space because you let all of the other mind-boggling things, let that handle it. So yeah, creative, artistic.
A sounding board. Like heck, you can throw things in there and have it shoot stuff back at me and then keep going with it. And it can give me, I can imagine that it can help me to be more creative.
It did not tell Anthony, though, to wear black t-shirt or shirt today.
Which is so unlike Anthony. Like, what is going on? How is this? Great point, because that man wears black every day, and the one day we're all wearing black, he is wearing gray. Of course, naturally that happens.
Yes, I have to be different. Jen, final thoughts.
So I was scared of this before I played with it. I thought it was, not going to be able to, I didn't think I was going to be able to mesh with it, which I don't even know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me. But I realized that it actually can elevate me in the sense that I can learn from it. So for example, just when I saw what it spit out when we put in all my information, I was already like, oh, that's got me thinking about this. That's got me thinking about this. Ooh, and I just started feeling inspired just from seeing that list. So that was neat. I didn't expect that. And then also, like Brooke was saying about, a response to somebody. How beautiful is it that we have something that's not emotional, that can actually respond without emotion? So to put, a response that gets generated out, I can take it. And if I want to add any emotion to it, I can, right? I don't have to just copy and paste, but also I can learn how to respond less emotionally myself. So I'm just seeing it more as a tool and less scary. And I'm certainly not going to be using it to, write all my copy or anything, but will I use it to help me elevate my copy? Yeah, I probably will.
I'm excited to see when it can Google things like that. The other one comes out. That's going to be.
I'll sneak peek. Windows has already sort of announced this, and a few companies are able to use it, but there's an Office suite where you can have it access your PDFs, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, and then whatever their chat thing is. It's kind of like Slack. It puts it all together in one sort of system, and you can just use natural language to query all of your data.
Wow.
And have it come up with novel combinations. So imagine our Google, if you want to ask Certified Life Coach Institute, the business something, it'll search all of our Google and come up with an answer.
Our entire drive. Like, so like if we, you know, let's say we had a student and we wanted to see, can you tell me when so-and-so graduated? It can search all of the data we've uploaded and then say, oh yes, here, boom, 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 boom. And then you could take it one step further and we could get to the point that we could go, okay, we want to generate a certificate for it. And if it's in the same system, it could pull up our certificate and the steps to do that, right? Like it all, because everything's linked, which talk about shortcuts. And it's really neat to see the technology moving this direction.
And this is a good time too for people to like play with it because it's free for right now on OpenAI. The normal playground, not ChatGPT. Like,
yes, Jerome, true story.
I got so excited when I saw that. For more context, I'm usually asking Brooke what formula she uses when it comes to our Excel sheets, but ChatGPT has a space where you can go ahead and the same way that I would ask Brooke verbally, you can, I can do voice to text and speak it to my computer and it'll give me the answer.
That's amazing too, because there are times I have had to like look up formulas and like had to like dig through and no, this isn't right, this isn't, and then oh my gosh, if it can write out really long formulas for me,
it can code, it can write formulas and sheets. We're gonna have to end our life.
What is possible?
Too much. Yeah. But we are barely scratching the surface with what AI can do. We're just trying to get our coaches excited to try to use it because it's free. Make an account, play with it, try to see what it can do and see what the tools are out there so that you can improve your business and your marketing. And with that, like, share, subscribe, comment.
Institute.
We don't have AI teachers yet. All our teachers will teach you how to teach live via Zoom with other human beings. And yeah, that should be it.
That's all. Thank you guys. What next week's topic? We'll be back next week at 4 Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday to discuss Coaching Marketing 101 using the competition. So how do we use our competition? Not be afraid of it. Let's use it. So that is all.
All right. See you guys next week.
See you guys.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Once again, this is brought to you by Certified Life Coach Institute. We're an ICF accredited school who certifies our life coaches in 3-day online intensive courses. In addition to other podcast episodes, feel free to check us out every Tuesday at 4:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on YouTube or Facebook for our CLCI Lives, where we get together and discuss various topics that are centered around sharpening your skills so you can become a better certified life coach. For more information, feel free to visit us at certifiedlifecoachinstitute.com. Until next time, be well.